Physical inactivity is one of the primary contributors to the obesity epidemic. Lack of exercise and physical activity may increase a person's risk for obesity. Today, more of us than ever before are living a sedentary lifestyle. Only 1 in 3 people get little, if any, exercise, according to the World Health Organization. People work on their laptops while sitting at a desk for long hours. Children use gadgets rather than playing in the park. So how exactly does the lack of exercise, physical inactivity, cause obesity? When we eat more calories than our bodies need, those extra calories convert into fat. So when our food intake is too high for our activity levels and the physical activity we do is not enough to utilize that energy provided by the food, fat starts to accumulate. This is how physical inactivity contributes to obesity among the masses. You may find it surprising that physical inactivity is considered as a major cause of obesity as compared to high-calorie diet, according to a research of Stanford University. Today, on your favorite health TV talk show, The Physicians, we'll be talking about physical inactivity and food obesity. Do stay tuned. It's another day on your favorite health TV talk show, The Physicians, where your health is our business. Today's topic is very exciting, and you can see I'm so relaxed because we want to give you the very best. And you know, on our TV show, we always bring you the best. My name is Dr. Memuna Yusuf Kadri, and of course with my beautiful and delectable co-host, Doctor?
My name is Dr. Martina Agberia. Welcome to your regular health TV talk show, The Physicians, where your health is our business and will always be our business.
You know, before I let the cat out of the bag, I purposely held back on the topic we want to discuss so that I will introduce you first. And for every of our regular, participant, audience, and people that watch, this topic I want to talk about is Dr. Martina's 5 and 6. We are talking about physical inactivity and food obesity. So give yourself a big round of applause if you ever said anything on exercise, physical inactivity. Dr. Martina, this is it's a given for you.
The truth is that whenever I talk about exercise, I'm always very excited because most times I'm on terra firma when it gets to that aspect, okay? Yeah. I love the exercises. I love it because of the benefits that come with it. And I will always say it. I'm sure you know what I want to say. If we put the benefits of exercising as a pill, it would be the worst sold pill in the world.
Even myself, I can feel
you put the energies as a pill for people to buy to be the best sold pill in the world because the advantages are numerous.
Yeah. And we are talking about physical inactivity.
Physical inactivity. So it's just the other way around.
Exactly.
So if you're exercising, you have the benefits, okay, from head to toe. So if you're not exercising, you are living a sedentary kind of lifestyle.
I know the complications and consequences.
The consequences are what you will get. Yeah. It's what you sow that you reap. For sowing inactivity, you are going to reap the consequences.
Yeah. One thing I love about exercising is that you are never sad after exercise.
Because of the hormones that are released.
The feel-good hormones.
Yes,
the endorphins.
The endorphins.
You want clarity of thought. Just exercise. At that point, in fact, exercise opens your brain to a lot of...
It opens your blood vessels, the pulse, everything is just fine. So, but if you are living a certain kind of lifestyle, you are not moving, you sit for a long time on your computer, on your laptop, on your smartphones, then the next thing, you are binging on all these things and not doing things. Yes.
No, let us off your mic. We are bringing in a walking encyclopedia when we come to this talk on physical inactivity, exercising, and of course, She is one lady who is aging gracefully because she's inculcating everything she says.
So if you see how you know
exactly.
that actually
she's walking
the talk.
We'll be right back after this time. So stay tuned.
Every day and in every way, enjoy that I find support. No matter the role you play, nutrient pack supplement for you and me. In your body, that I fight you.
Darabite nutritional supplement is loaded with essential multivitamins, minerals, and natural ingredients that helps you to be at your best. Darabite from LB Pharma. Darabite, love yourself.
Welcome back. If you are just joining us, this is your favorite health TV talk show, The Physicians, where your health is our business. Today on our show, we have no other person, the lady you always want to see, because for every time she's here, you must go away with something. In fact, you go away with truckload of information. And I'm hoping that you are helping to disseminate this information starting from your circle. We have no other person than the delectable, amazing, a walking encyclopedia. No other person than, of course, Dr. Omobolanle Johnson, who is a public health physician. Dr. Omobolanle, you are welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
You look good.
Evelyn,
let everybody talk the aging grace.
You see the way she's smiling and the way she's looking. It just shows somebody who has been exercising, and so the hormones are really high there. The endorphins are
aging gracefully.
And aging gracefully.
If only we can
We're not
just
talking about aging gracefully today.
No, we're talking.
Yes.
We are
So you
talking about exercise.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you can't remove one from the other.
You are right. You are very right. So today we're talking about physical inactivity and food obesity.
Inactivity. Let's underline that word.
Yeah, inactivity and obesity. So how does physical inactivity lead to obesity?
So physical inactivity. So what exactly is inactivity?
Exactly.
It just means you are not moving. It just means you are
Simple.
not moving. Simple. And what is obesity? Obesity means that you are eating more than you are using. So the way physical inactivity leads to obesity is that you are moving less and eating more.
Wow.
It's very simple.
Sure.
So what we need to do, if we want to create a balance so that we are actually only eating what we need. And there's a basal amount of calories that we're supposed to eat as children, as adults, as elderly. Each person's, we might say, and for male, different from women, because of course they're talking about the size.
Right.
So for women, they used to say, okay, about 2,000, I think, and then for men, 2,500.
So the main take
That, but really, that's just like a medium.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you have a laborer, somebody who works in construction, who is carrying blocks, who is moving heavy weights, or a muscle builder,
a fitness trainer,
trainer, or a marathon, somebody who is running marathons, cannot be using the same amount of energy. And if you look at those Kenyans, you see them.
No, you can't go. Don't go there.
Kenyans,
Ethiopians,
the marathon runners, they are lithe, they're fast, and they're continuously breaking records because they watch what they eat, because they need to have enough energy to run, and they train so many hours a day. So physical inactivity leads to obesity because of the modern lifestyle. Remember that when we used to live in our villages, there wasn't any car.
You go and fetch water from the.
Yes.
You go and fetch firewood.
Yes, all the modern gadgets. If you needed to wash clothes, you would carry a bucket, go all the way to the river. All that was exercise. But because we are not taking those steps, now people
Washing machine.
go
to the office with
and then nowadays, and with the advent of COVID, and with cities with insecurity, where so many people don't allow their children out of their sight. I remember as a child, we used to go out, play in the garden, hang in trees. Some people had a few broken arms and legs. But we ran around.
And we enjoyed it.
And for me, when I was young, I was called Obogoto. I was said to be fat. Now I look at myself and I wonder, how was I fat? I look at the modern day children.
You can't reconcile it.
I can't reconcile that. I was told I was fat, but I was fat compared to my other mates because I was a little overweight. But when I look at myself compared to the children that are overweight now, I think, no, please,
not like
You are
this.
learning.
I was slim. I tell myself I was slim. So physical inactivity, another reason for it is that we need to build muscle. And muscle, when you build muscle, muscle helps you to burn your energy. So when you are inactive, you have less muscle mass and you burn less calories. So it's a catch-22.
Okay.
The more you eat, the less you move, the less muscle you build, and the less muscle you build, the less calories you use. It's a vicious cycle.
Okay. So why is it this physical inactivity? Why is it considered a major cause of obesity as compared to high calorie intake?
Yeah.
So it's two things, really. Because if you look at many of these modern day children, somebody who is physically inactive is sitting down a couch potato in front of the television. And as you sit down there, they're eating. Because they're sitting, they continue to eat all day.
Yeah.
If they were more active, they would eat less. They would eat less. So that's why they work together. But because they're physically inactive, they tend to eat even more than they would normally eat, because you are sitting down and you cannot move.
Okay.
You cannot move and you continue to eat. You continue to eat because when people, especially when people eat junk food, what most people don't know is that junk food is highly addictive. So people sit down, they consume sugar sweetened soft drinks, pastries, donuts, all that. And as you are sitting down, you are eating all that. You are just feeding the dragon. It continues to be a vicious cycle. Meanwhile, as I said, your muscle mass is reducing. You are also not eating the right kind of food as you are sitting down. So you have less protein.
Yeah.
I mean, you are eating more of sugar and carbohydrates instead of protein and
I will
vegetables.
help develop the muscle.
Yes. So it's because of, one, the fact that being physically inactive causes you to eat more.
Okay.
It causes you to eat more, and the more you eat causes you to be even more physically inactive. And we saw that with COVID.
Yeah.
So there were many people.
Yes.
COVID showed us what how physical inactivity
Activity
causes.
looks like. Yeah.
It just showed us how. I remember I was abroad and I was in a house with people, and I just made up my mind that I would start, initially I would start walking. And would you believe that the two people in that household, by the end of COVID, both of them were really ill just because of this. And it was because they couldn't move around. When they were moving around, they didn't gain that weight. But as they stayed at home, they couldn't go out, they tended to...
And a lot of people actually fell for that.
Yes, a lot of people.
They tended to eat
because
more.
now we find out that a lot of the number of the cases of obesity, the people that are obese, grew higher with COVID.
Yes.
And more so with technology, these are Zoom meetings,
binging,
and even working from home.
Yeah. Once you don't make that big factor. Yeah, once you don't make that intentional, that intention that you must exercise, it's very easy to fit. No,
you just go down that slippery slope.
The truth is that when you are in an office setting, you still go to work. You wake up in the morning, you do the usual things, you get dressed, you get to your car, or you get to the bus stop, and you go to your office. Then you walk to your office, you climb the stairs, you come down. Those are some of the activities you are doing. You are not inactive. But with working from home, you just wake up in the morning, if you like,
you just resume at your desk.
You won't even have your bath. You resume at your
you
desk.
Wear your Zoom jacket.
It's just between you and your Zoom jacket. You just resume from your table. You go to the kitchen. You take something. You come back.
Then you open the fridge.
You open the fridge.
Because you consider opening the fridge.
You open the fridge and take something. Before you know what's happening on your system, ordering for food. The man will come deliver. You sit there and you see it.
5-6 hours.
Yes, you are there. So now we have talked about the challenges, okay, of obesity. Now we talked about the advantages of being physically active, okay, the benefits of exercising. Now we're talking about the physical inactivity and obesity. So maybe we'll talk about the consequences of not being physically active on the system. Maybe you want to run it from the system head to toe so that we'll be able to break it down. The consequences.
One thing we want to know is how do you know you're actually even physically inactive? So there's a definition for it.
Okay.
If you are taking less than 10,000 steps a day, then you are physically.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Less than
5,000.
Okay.
Less than
Less than
5,000.
5,000.
So
I've done my own.
10,000.
The optimal is 10,000. If you are 10,000 or more, you are active.
Okay.
Less than 5,000,
You are inactive.
sedentary or
Okay.
inactive. Between
Between
5 and 7,000, 490.
Semi-active.
Yes. Fairly active. And then between 7,005 and 9,009, you are moderately active.
Then after 10,000, you're super active.
Then you are active. You are active.
So,
There's no super active.
Get to know that.
So
very
yes.
important.
So first of all, you need to know what it means to be active, and that's where that 10,000
Steps
comes into place. It doesn't mean stop there. It means, and it doesn't mean that you have to take the whole 10,000 in one go. You can
Okay.
split it over the whole 24
Day.
hours. 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes. And we want to encourage everyone, particularly those in the offices, every 5 minutes in every hour in which you are sitting, especially if you are doing sedentary work, where you are sitting for more than 6 hours a day, and you are standing or walking for less than 2 hours, try and do 5 minutes of moving around within every hour.
Okay.
That will help you throughout the day, so you are not sitting down. So what are the benefits of
The
physical?
consequences.
Consequences.
I want to
Physical
all the
inactivity.
benefits.
Oh,
on
you
our-
mean- okay,
on
so
our
you will
system.
do the consequences of
Okay,
being
we're talking about the physical inactivity.
Okay, so what are the consequences of being physically inactive? First of all, you are very likely to be obese. And the psychological, Dr. Memuna, the psychological effects of
You can say that
being
again.
physically, because what we do not understand is that the mind,
Controls a lot.
controls
if not
everything.
Everything.
and if for instance you are inactive to the point where you are depressed, you are anxious, you have body dysmorphia, you start looking at your body and suddenly you see your stomach like in one direction, this and that, it really affects you, your whole person. How are you able to operate as a human being? How are you able to operate
lose your
in your
self-esteem.
job? You lose your self-esteem. You might not be able to interact socially with your peers. So let's take the psychological
Looking
effect.
at your wardrobe, you get very upset.
Yes.
You can't, in this inflation, you will just be angry because that means you have to change your clothes, and that is not something
Do you
that
know how
want.
frustrating it is when you open your wardrobe, you try one outfit, it's not fitting.
I know.
You bring another one out, it's not fitting.
I know.
That would be another topic
Yes,
because you can feel the
So
emotions.
just talking about the psychological effects, right?
And
So-
that can
And
actually
you take a
ruin
decision that
everything
you're not
else.
going to change the wardrobe until you come to that place.
And you might actually have to deal with the psychology of it before you are
Yes.
able to be more active. So what are the other consequences? Of course, there are all the health effects. Diabetes, hypertension, heart disease,
Kidney issues.
disease, joint issues, osteoporosis,
Everything.
muscle spasms. I mean,
Everything.
there's almost nothing.
So what is the benefit of obesity now?
There's no benefit now.
Benefit.
First and foremost, with inactivity.
strokes?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is it from the very cardiovascular
No,
system.
but I'm
from the
going to
head.
take a different perspective. As a Gen Z now, we say, no, please, that is a positive body image. You are body shaming me. This is how I
This is
am.
not about body shaming, right?
But that
It's
is
about
it.
just telling you the truth. Telling you the truth about the effects of being inactive, physical inactivity. You can't even remember things. You can't focus properly.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're just the
Yes.
direct opposite of,
Yes.
of the benefits. Then your mood swings will
Mood
come
swings,
in.
yes.
Inactivity, your mood swings come in. You become very
Erratic.
cantankerous. You understand? Because you're not happy with yourself, and you don't want to just get away with it. But when you're in that mood, of course, depression sets in.
Sets in,
And
you're
you
right.
begin to binge.
And you can be suicidal.
Yes, you binge
binge
more.
more.
You
You
binge
binge
more.
more.
You binge more.
Your skin, even up to the skin.
Yeah,
the
be
way
dull.
Your,
Yeah,
your
be
skin
dull,
is
yeah.
dull. You don't drink enough water. Even your renal system, everything can be affected by this physical, because really when you move, everything moves.
All right.
Yeah.
Every single part of your body moves when you move. So there's blood pumping, your heart, even those deep breaths when you're walking
feel
hard
better.
and you're breathing in those deep breaths. That, I mean, you do not, I mean, when you talk to the psychotherapist and they talk about deep breathing exercises.
And people will say, what is this?
What is
I'm
deep
talking about?
breathing? But take, I mean, run for like 20 seconds and do that deep breathing. And you take a deep
The
breath.
relief you can't, in fact, the relief that comes with it is so beneficial.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
And one thing is, when you exercise regularly, you know, we're talking about the consequences now. But the advantage is that when you have done with your exercising, right?
Oh,
you
wow.
have this courage.
And then when you sleep.
Oh,
You sleep better.
When
better.
you sleep.
You know, that sweat, the moment you break out sweat, there's that peace that comes with it. I tell you that my biggest ideas on project, on what to do.
Yes.
In fact, my 1 hour walk, I can actually build a curriculum in my head.
Yes.
Not that I mentally work, but the clarity that comes with it, how to freshen it out, how to tease it out, and that happiness just increase exponentially.
Absolutely.
And you know, no, if you go on a walk,
Excuse me.
and I mean, you're walking in a nice, with greens, flowers, and you happen to have beautiful
It
music.
even helps me from doing meditation.
Yes.
Yes.
It helps me.
You
a
are
lot.
right. Yes.
You
Yes.
get a lot of clarity. You get a lot of clarity. So the truth is that when you exercise regularly,
Your mood.
your mood, then you are more conscious of the things you want to put in your mouth.
You are right.
Not everything you
Yes.
see goes to your mouth.
Yes.
You feel good. You
You feel
feel
good.
good.
Yes,
You
exactly.
feel
So
good.
when you
Yeah.
look at it, no, I don't think I need this.
No.
You become more intentional
Sure.
about the kind of things you put in your mouth. And I tell everybody, it is not one day. It is not one day. Rome wasn't built in one day. The weights that you gained, you didn't get it in one day. It took a whole lot of time. So inactivity, you just started mounting. The weights started coming up, started coming up. But when you also want to exercise, don't do crash programs.
Exactly. It doesn't
It
work.
doesn't work.
Dr. Johnson, please, we want last minute tips for our they want to hear that Dr. Johnson said this, because they always go away. From the comments we get, Dr. Johnson said this, Dr. Johnson said it. So last minute tips for our viewers on what they need to do. What are those things? 1, 2, 3, 4.
So my first is just move.
You are not a tree.
Yeah, not a tree. Just move. My second is you can move anywhere. Some people say, oh, I need to go to the gym, I need to do that.
have to
You
go to
can
the
actually, in like 2 square feet, you can do a workout. Just keep walking.
Okay.
There's no way you can move. You can dance.
Exactly.
You can dance.
Consecutive.
You can dance. And you can dance with your children. So you're achieving 2 things at a time. Create family time and you can dance. And just realize that even if create a habit. Tie it with, as Dr. Memuna said, try it with another habit
already existing old habit.
and reward yourself. Reward yourself every time you go. I mean, the first few times, and if you miss it the first 3 times, don't beat yourself up. Tomorrow is another
That
day.
day for you. I love the fact that you said tomorrow is another day. Thank you so much, Dr. Johnson. And of course, you heard it all from our, delectable guest who is always giving us the right information. When we talk about misinformation and disinformation, this is the right platform where you get the authentic health tips that you need. And today we talked about physical inactivity and food obesity. She has said that the required when we talk about physical activity is at least 10,000 steps a day, but it doesn't have to be. That means you are active. But if it is less than 5,000 steps, you are inactive. That is what qualifies you to be inactive. And you do not have to go to the gym, carry bump, dumbbells. Move around for every 1 hour you're in the office, 5 minutes walk around, and just achieve that, even if it's the barest minimum. If you have failed once, twice, 3 times, don't kill yourself. It is not an event, it is a process. Go back and just start. So let your time start now. My name remains Dr. Memuna Yusuf Kadri, and of course, till next time, remain blessed.
So thank you very much, Dr. Omobolanle Johnson. It's always a pleasure having you as our guest And then we look forward to seeing you again to come and give us some very, very punchy points.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for having me. A great public health physician.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you are still here with us. You haven't
Japan.
Yes. Thank you very much. And to our viewers out there, thank you for keeping a date with us. And we're always very excited knowing that you are there. Don't keep the information to yourself. Whatever you have heard, try and spread the news. Inactivity is dangerous. I want to leave you with this pattern where it says physical inactivity is considered a major cause of obesity as compared to high-calorie diet. As compared to high-calorie diet, it means physical inactivity is dangerous to your health. You heard all the consequences of being inactive. Try and be active. Try to exercise regularly. Because I always say, when you put the benefits of exercising as a pill to be the best soap pill in the world. Remember to follow us on our social media platforms, on Instagram, on Facebook, and of course on Z. My name remains Dr. Martina Agbere. Till next time, stay blessed.
Every day and in every way, enjoy that I find support. No matter the role you play, nutrient pack supplement for you and me. In your body, that I fight you.
Darvite nutritional supplement is loaded with essential multivitamins, minerals, and natural ingredients that helps you to be at your best. Darvite from LB Pharma. Darvite. Love yourself.